equation which is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0 is actually called a quadratic equation. Alright. Here a, b, c, they are constants. Now in case of quadratic equations, what happens? We get two values of x. Okay, these two values are called roots of the quadratic equation. Solving quadratic equation means to find the root of this quadratic equation. Now there are many ways we can find the roots of the quadratic equation. One of them is by factorization. Another one by using quadratic formula or Sridhar-Acharya rule. So today I will show you how to solve quadratic equation. Okay. So there are few problems with us. So I will show you accordingly. First problem. Twice of x square plus 1 equals to 10x. We have to solve for x. Okay. First of all, from this problem what we can do, we can cancel this 2. So if I cancel, it becomes 5. So it becomes x square minus 5x plus 1 equals to 0. So we cannot factorize this one. So we can always use the Sridhar-Acharya rule. What Sridhar-Acharya rule says? It says if the equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, then the value of x would be minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by twice. This is the Sridhar-Acharya rule. Now if I apply that rule here, it will become minus of minus 5, that means plus 5, plus minus root over b square, that means minus 5 whole square, minus 4ac, that means 4 into 1 into 1, it will become 4 by 2a, 2 into 1, 2. So that means it is coming as 5 plus minus root over 21 by 2. Okay. Now sometimes students ask me, sir, like, do we need to write the roots individually? That means once we will take plus, once we will take minus. My suggestion would be yes, of course. So as answer, you always write the root individually at your level. So it would be 5 root 21 by 2, 5 minus root 21 by 2. Okay, so this is the solution. Next question. So the next question is 3x plus 2 whole square equals to 4 times 3x plus 10. So first work is to simplify it. The left hand side we are having 3x plus 2 whole square, that means we can use a plus b whole square formula to simplify it. So it will become 9x squared, 2 into 3x into 2, that means it will become 6x into 12x plus 2 squared, that means 4. The right hand side it will become, if I multiply it by 4, so it will become 12x plus 40. This 12x get cancelled, so we are getting 9x squared equals to, if I take this 4 to right hand side, it becomes 36. By 9 if I cancel, it becomes 4. So that means x squared equals to 4. So from here the value of x will be equals to root over of 4 plus minus of that. That means it will become plus minus 2. Okay. So the value of x is plus 2 or minus 2. That will be the answer. Third question. So the third question is x minus 4 into 2x minus 3, that is equals to 18. So if I multiply the left hand side, it will become 2x squared minus 8x like 2x with x minus 4, then minus 3 with x minus 4, that means it will become minus 3x plus 12 equals to 18. So that means if we simplify, it will become 2x square minus 11x. If I take this 18 to the left hand side, 12 minus 18 minus 6 equals to 0. Right. So here there is a chance of doing the middle term factorization. So if I do middle term factorization to it, 2 into 6, 12, minus sign is there. So for that reason, I'll break it as 12 minus 1 into x. Minus 6 equals to 0. That means 2x square minus 12x plus x minus 6 equals to 0. Okay. Now from the first two terms, we can take 2x common. So if I take 2x common, so it will become x minus 6. From the next two terms, if I take 1 common, it will become x minus 6. So that means 2x plus 1 into x minus 6 equals to 0. Okay. So it means either 2x plus 1 equals to 0 or x plus 6 equals x minus 6 equal to 0. So if I take 2x plus 1 equals to 0, it will give us x equals to minus half. Or what do we have? X minus 6 equal to 0. So from there we will get x equal to 6. So our answer is x equal to minus half or 6. Next one. This was question number 3. Next one is question number 4. X minus 7 into x minus 19 equals to 64. So first of all, if we multiply this one, it will become x squared minus 7 plus 19x. That means it will become 26x plus 7 into 19. That will become 133 equals to 64. If I bring the 64 to the left hand side, it will become x squared minus 26x plus 69 equals to 0. So there is a chance of doing factorization. 69 is there. I can break 26 as 23 minus 3, 26 plus 3 because plus sign is there. So you can factorize it. 23 plus 3 x plus 69 equals to 0. So that means x squared minus 23x minus 3x plus 69 equals to 0. Okay. Now from the first two terms, we can take x common. So if I take x common, it will become x minus 23. From the next two, I am taking minus 3 common, it will become x minus 23 equals to 0. Okay. Now this x minus 23, that we can take common. So if I take x minus 23 as common, so it will become x minus 3 equals to 0. So from here we can see either x minus 3 equals to 0, that means x equal to 3, or this x minus 23 equals to 0, or x equals to 23. Okay, so this is our solution, x equal to 3 or 23. Next one, question number 5. X squared minus 2x minus a plus 1 into a plus 3 equals to 0. So here what we'll do, this 2x, this 2, we are going to represent that one by using these two terms, a plus 1 and a plus 3. So how we can represent x squared minus a plus 3 minus a plus 1. The value of this one is equal to 2 into x. It becomes 2x minus a plus 1 into a plus 3 equals to 0. Now if I break this one, it will become x squared minus a plus 3 into x plus a plus 1 into x minus a plus 1 into a plus 3, that is equals to 0. So from the first two terms, if I take x common, it will become x minus a plus 3. From the next two terms, if I take a plus 1 common, then it will become x minus a plus 3 equals to 0. So from here we can write x plus a plus 1 and x minus a plus 3 equals to 0. If I take the first part equals to 0, that means if I take x plus a plus 1 equals to 0, that means I'll get x equals to minus of a plus 1. If I take next part equals to 0, that means x minus a plus 3 equals to 0. That means I'll get x equals to a plus 3. Okay, so x equals to minus of a plus 1 or a plus 3. Now sometimes students ask me, sir, why do we use this or word? Like when the product of two things, say a into b equals to 0, what we can say? Either a equals to 0 or b equal to 0 or both of them equals to 0, right? So this particular concept we use when we are solving these quadratic equations. Like some factors, like we are resolving into factors, and after that when they are in the product form. Now the product of these two numbers a and b, that is equals to 0, right? So from there I can say either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. Even it can happen both of them are equal to 0, right? So that's why we take that particular concept, that either or. Okay. Now the next sum. Sixth one is x square plus 5x minus a square minus 7a minus 6 equal to 0. Now here what happens is just like the previous one, but in case of previous one it was the last three terms, it was already in the factorized form. Here it is not that. Here it is not in the factorized form, so we have to factorize it. Say x square plus 5x. If I take minus common, a square plus 7a minus 6. So our first work is to factorize this part. Okay, this would be our first work. Now if we factorize this one, it's very easy to factorize it. Same thing, we are going to apply midterm. So it will become a square, minus is there, 6 is there, that means plus 7. If I take minus 1, it will be plus. So x square plus 6a plus a plus 6 equals to 0. So that means x square plus 5x minus, from the first two terms I will take a common, so it will become a plus 6. Next two term 1 common, it will become a plus 6. So we are getting x square plus 5x minus a plus 1 into a plus 6. Once we get this one, now our work is to represent this 5 using these two terms. Okay. So it's very obvious, you can see from here, like a plus 6 minus a plus 1. If we represent in this way, then 5 is coming, like x square plus a plus 6 minus a plus 1, we are getting 5 into x, and here the rest of the terms, a plus 1 into a plus 6, that is equals to 0. Okay. Now we'll break it, and then after that, just like the previous one, we are going to take common. Okay. So if I break it, it will become x square plus a plus c into x minus a plus 1 into x. Here I am having a plus 1 into a plus 6 equals to 0. So if I take x common, it will become x plus a plus c. If I take minus a plus 1 common from the next two terms, I will get x plus a plus c equals to a plus 6, sorry. Okay, so I will get this one equals to 0. That means x minus a plus 1, and here I am having x plus a plus 6 equals to 0. So if the first part equals to 0, from there what we get? X minus a plus 1 equals to 0. That means x is equals to a plus 1. From the second part what we get? X plus a plus 6 equals to 0. That means x equals to minus of a plus 6. Okay. Now the next sum. Seven. X minus 3 by 3 plus 3 by x minus 3 equals to 3 whole 1 by 3. This is one of the very important sums. So here you can see this x minus 3 by 3 and 3 by x minus 3, there is a similarity. The first one is the reciprocal of the second. So that means if I take, let a is equal to x minus 3 by 3, that will imply 1 by a is equals to 3 by x minus 3. Okay. Now if I put these values on this equation, I will get a plus 1 by a, 3 whole 1 by 3, that means it will become 10 by 3. Okay. Now our work is to simplify it and find the value of a from this equation. Okay. So let's simplify it first, and then from there we'll find out the value of a. So a is the LCM. So a means a by 1, so it will become a into a square. Here it will become 1 equals to 10 by 3. By cross multiplication, thrice of a square plus 1 equals to 10a. So that means 3a square minus 10a plus 3 equals to 0. Now here what we have to do, we have to do midterm factorization. 3 into 3, 9, plus sign is there. That means we have to break the midterm in such a way that the product of two parts is equals to 9, and along with that one sum of the two parts equals to 10. So only one possibility is there, like 3a square minus 1 plus 9 into a plus 3 equals to 0. So that means it will become 3a square minus a minus 9a plus 3 equals to 0. So from the first two terms I can see we can take a common, right? So if I take a common, it will become 3a minus 1. From the next two terms, if I take 3 common, it will become 3a minus 1. So that means it will become a minus 3, 3a minus 1 equals to 0. So from here, again, we are going to get two values of a. If I take the first part, that means a minus 3 equals to 0. If I take a minus 3 equals to 0, that means I am getting a equals to 3, right? A equals to 3 means the value of a is x minus 3 by 3, which is equals to 3, right? So that means x minus 3 equals to 3 into 3, 9. So x will become 9 plus 3, 12. This is the first part. Again we are having 3a minus 1 equals to 0. That means 3a equals to 1. That means a is equals to 1 by 3. The value of a, it is x minus 3 by 3. That is equals to 1 by 3. This 3 and this 3 get cancelled. So x minus 3 equals to 1. Okay, sometimes students do one mistake. When they are cancelling, they thought everything is gone. So the right hand side becomes 0. That's a huge mistake. So here x minus 3 is equals to 1. So that means x equals to 1 plus 3 or x equal to 4. So ultimately we are getting two values of x. One is x equal to 12, another one is x equal to 4, and this is our answer. Okay. Next one. Next one is question number 8. So here in question number 8 we are having x plus 1 by x minus 1 plus x minus 1 by x plus 1, that is equals to 2 whole 16 by 65. Now obviously, just like the previous sum, you can see this term and this term, they are reciprocal to each other. Now when the terms are having this reciprocal relation, we can always take, like I can take, say, x plus 1 by x minus 1 equals to a. I can always take this one, alright. Otherwise, here as because x plus 1, x minus 1 is there, so we can even simplify. Okay, simplify means we can do the LCM part. So here the LCM part is x minus 1 into x plus 1. Here in the numerator we are having x plus 1, denominator x minus 1. So this numerator will be multiplied with x plus 1. That means we are getting x plus 1 whole square. Similarly, here we are getting x minus 1 whole square. 2 whole 65, 16 by 65, that means 130 plus 16, that means 146 by 65. Now, you know, there is a formula. The formula is a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square, that is equals to twice of a square plus b square. This is one formula. And another formula is a plus b into a minus b, that is equals to a square minus b square. Both the formulas we are going to use here. In the numerator I am going to use the first one, in the denominator I am going to use the second one. So in the numerator, if I use the first one, it will become twice of x square plus 1. In the denominator, it will become x square minus 1. Right hand side, 146 by 65. Okay. Now, after this step, what we do? We are going to simplify it a little bit. First work is to, cancel by 2, it will become 73 by 65. So now from here, two things we can do. We can do cross multiplication, or we can do component to dividend on this one. So I prefer to do cross multiplication, it will be easier. So 65x square plus 65, it will become 73x square minus 73. That means if I take all the x square related terms, it will become 73 minus 65, which is 8x square. And this 73 will be added with this 65, it will become 8, 6 plus 7, 138. Okay. Now by 2, if I cancel, it will become 4, by 2 it will become 6, 9. So x square equal to 69 by 4. Okay, so the value of x from here I can see plus minus root over 69 by 4. Now this 4, which is there in the denominator, it can come out. So it will be like root over 69 by 2. So our answer is x equals to root over 69 by 2 minus root over 69 by 2. So this is our answer. Next one, question number 9. So in question number 9, we are having x minus 19 into x minus 21, that is equals to 323. So obviously we are going to multiply the left hand side. So if I multiply the left hand side, it will become minus 19 minus 21, that means 19 plus 21, 40x. 19 into 21, it will become plus 399 equals to 323. That means x square minus 40x. If I bring that 323 on the left hand side, it will become plus 76 equals to 0. Okay, so let us check if factorization is possible or not. So here you can see 76 is there, plus sign is there. So you have to divide 40 in such a way. The product of two parts will be equal to 76 and we have to use a plus sign. 38 into 2 equal to 7.